Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to the channel where we take a gentle, honest look at how to stay vibrant and healthy through our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Now, let's talk about something that may seem small, but could mean something bigger. Itchy skin. Yes, that annoying little scratch here or there. But did you know certain itchy spots on your body after 60 can actually be your body's way of waving a red flag? That's right. Itching isn't always just dry skin. It can sometimes point to underlying health issues that deserve your attention. Today, we're going to talk about 4 itchy spots that might signal more serious problems and how to spot the difference. We'll also talk about what you can do and when it's time to speak to your doctor. Let's take care of ourselves and each other. Ready? Let's dive in. Let's take a closer look at something many of us might brush off too quickly. That persistent, nagging itch in the middle or lower part of your back. It's easy to assume it's just dry skin or an annoying shirt tag, but if the itch keeps coming back, it might be your body trying to tell you something more serious. The kidneys, which are located toward the back, just below the rib cage on either side of the spine, play a vital role in filtering waste and maintaining fluid balance in your body. When your kidneys aren't working as efficiently as they should, something that becomes more common as we age, toxins can begin to build up in your blood. Surprisingly, this buildup can show up in the form of itchy skin, particularly around the back. Now let's think about this in a real-life context. Imagine George, a kind and active 68-year-old retired teacher. For weeks, George found himself constantly rubbing his back on door frames, joking that he was turning into a bear. He thought maybe it was the laundry detergent or the dry winter air. But the itch didn't go away. It didn't come with a rash, and no lotion seemed to help. Eventually, his wife encouraged him to mention it at his yearly checkup. His doctor ordered some blood tests, and the results showed that his kidney function was slightly below normal. Now, the good news is that it wasn't an emergency, but it was a red flag. George made a few simple changes, like drinking more water, reducing his salt intake, and adjusting his medications with his doctor's help. Over time, the itching eased, and his kidneys were better supported. So what should you look for? If you're dealing with an itch on your back that just won't quit, and you don't see a rash or dry patch, take note. Ask yourself, am I also feeling more tired than usual? Have I noticed swelling in my ankles? Am I going to the bathroom less often or more often than usual? Any of these signs, along with itching, might be your body's way of quietly waving a flag that something isn't quite right. Here's the gentle truth. Many kidney problems develop slowly and silently. They don't cause dramatic symptoms in the early stages, so little signs like persistent itching might be one of your only early warnings. Don't panic if you have an itchy back, but don't ignore it either. Talk to your doctor, especially if it's been going on for more than a couple of weeks. Even if it turns out to be nothing serious, you've taken a smart step in staying in tune with your body. Remember, small changes and early attention can make a big difference. And as always, you deserve to feel comfortable in your own skin, literally and figuratively. Now let's talk about something many of us have experienced, an itchy scalp. It might seem like a minor annoyance, maybe caused by dry weather, shampoo, or simply a bit of dandruff. But after 60, persistent itching on your scalp could be a clue your body is giving you, especially when it comes to conditions like diabetes or poor circulation. Our scalp is rich with tiny blood vessels and nerve endings. When blood flow isn't as good as it should be, or when blood sugar levels are out of balance, the nerves and skin can become irritated and dry. This irritation can make your scalp itch. It's your body's way of telling you to take a closer look. Let me share a story about Margaret, a 71-year-old woman who loved gardening and spending time with her grandchildren. Margaret noticed her scalp was itchy almost every day, no matter how often she washed her hair. At first, she thought it was just dry skin from the cold winter air, or maybe a new shampoo. She tried switching products, moisturizing more, and even brushing her hair gently to soothe the itch. But nothing helped. When Margaret finally mentioned it to her doctor, the doctor suggested checking her blood sugar levels. To her surprise, the tests showed that Margaret had prediabetes. The high blood sugar was drying out her skin and affecting her nerves, causing that stubborn scalp itch. This example is so important because diabetes often develops quietly. Many people don't notice symptoms right away, or they might mistake them for normal aging. But early signs like an itchy scalp, feeling thirsty all the time, or needing to go to the bathroom more often can be subtle hints that your body is struggling with blood sugar control. Poor circulation is another reason your scalp might itch. As we age, circulation can slow down, especially if there are other health concerns like high blood pressure or clogged arteries. When the scalp isn't getting enough blood, the skin can become dry and itchy. This is especially common if you also notice cold hands or feet, or if your scalp looks pale or thin. So what can you do if your scalp is itching? First, don't ignore it. Pay attention to other signs your body might be giving you. Do you feel more tired than usual? Have you noticed changes in thirst or urination? Are your hands or feet often cold or numb? Next, talk with your doctor about getting a simple blood test to check your blood sugar and circulation. Catching problems early means you can take steps to manage them and keep your skin and your whole body healthier. In the meantime, be gentle with your scalp. Use mild, fragrance-free shampoos, avoid very hot water when washing your hair, and moisturize if your skin feels dry. Sometimes simple care can ease the itch while you figure out the underlying cause. Remember, itchy skin is your body's way of communicating. By listening carefully, you can uncover hidden health issues and take control of your well-being. It's never too late to learn new things about your health and to make changes that help you feel your best. So if your scalp has been itching for a while and nothing seems to help, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. You deserve to feel comfortable and cared for from head to toe. Let's focus on something that might surprise you: the connection between itchy hands and your liver health. Yes, itchy palms or hands, especially when the itch is intense or seems to happen mostly at night, can sometimes point to a liver problem. Our liver is a remarkable organ. It works quietly behind the scenes, filtering toxins, producing bile for digestion, and supporting many essential body functions. When the liver isn't functioning well, certain substances, like bile salts, can build up in the bloodstream. This buildup may cause an irritating itch, particularly on your palms and sometimes on the soles of your feet. This kind of itch usually doesn't come with a rash, but can feel persistent and uncomfortable. Some people describe it as a deep itch that seems to come from inside the skin. It may worsen at night, disrupting sleep and causing frustration. Let me share the story of Paul, a 66-year-old gentleman who was active and loved spending time with his grandchildren. Paul started noticing his hands itching more and more, especially in the evenings. At first, he thought it was dry skin or maybe an allergic reaction to a new soap. But over time, the itch grew worse and began to interfere with his sleep. When Paul visited his doctor, they ran some liver function tests and discovered that Paul's liver was not working as well as it should. Thankfully, because the issue was caught early, Paul was able to get treatment and make some lifestyle changes to support his liver health. The itching gradually faded as his liver function improved. It's important to know that itchy hands can be a warning sign of several liver-related conditions, including bile duct problems, hepatitis, or even early liver disease. Other signs you might notice include yellowing of the eyes or skin, jaundice, dark urine, pale stools, fatigue, or abdominal discomfort. If you experience any of these along with persistent itching, it's time to check in with your doctor. What can you do if your hands are itching but you're not sure why? First, avoid scratching as much as possible, as it can damage the skin and make things worse. Use gentle, fragrance-free moisturizers to soothe the skin. Keep your nails trimmed short to prevent injury from scratching. Second, pay attention to your overall health and lifestyle. Limiting alcohol, eating a balanced diet, and maintaining a healthy weight can support liver health. If you take medications regularly, review them with your doctor, as some can affect the liver. Finally, don't ignore persistent itching on your hands. While it might be harmless, it could also be a subtle clue that your liver needs attention. Getting regular checkups and blood tests can help catch any issues early, when treatment is most effective. Remember, your body is always talking to you, sometimes through subtle signs like itchy skin. Listening and responding with care is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself. You deserve comfort, health, and peace of mind, no matter your age. So if your hands are itching and you're not sure why, reach out to your healthcare provider. They can help uncover the cause and guide you toward feeling better. Let's talk about something that many people experience but often don't connect to their overall health: itchy lower legs. Especially if you're over 60, persistent itching on your calves or around your ankles might be more than just dry skin or a little irritation. It could be a sign of poor circulation or even heart-related concerns. Our legs depend on good blood flow to stay healthy and comfortable. As we get older, circulation can slow down, and sometimes the veins in our legs don't work as well as they used to. This can cause blood to pool, which leads to swelling, dryness, and yes, itching. This is especially common if you have varicose veins or if your heart isn't pumping efficiently. Take Eleanor, for example. She's 73, loves her morning walks, and always thought itchy legs were just part of getting older. But lately, she noticed her lower legs were not only itchy but also swollen and a little heavy, especially after sitting for a long time. The itch often got worse in the evening, making it hard to get comfortable. When Eleanor spoke with her doctor, she learned that her symptoms were related to early-stage heart failure, which was causing poor circulation in her legs. The doctor recommended some lifestyle changes and prescribed compression stockings to help improve blood flow. With these simple steps, Eleanor found relief from the itching and swelling and felt more energetic overall. Itchy lower legs can be caused by other conditions too, like chronic venous insufficiency, diabetes-related nerve damage, or even certain skin conditions. But poor circulation and heart health are important to consider, especially if the itching comes with swelling, color changes in the skin, or a feeling of heaviness or fatigue in the legs. So what signs should you watch for? If your legs itch regularly, especially at night or after you've been sitting or standing a long time, and you notice swelling or your skin looks shiny or discolored, it's a good idea to check in with your healthcare provider. Also, if you feel short of breath, have chest discomfort, or notice swelling in other parts of your body, don't wait. Seek medical advice. Meanwhile, there are gentle things you can do to support your leg health. Try to move around every hour or so to keep the blood flowing. Simple leg stretches or walking can make a big difference. Wearing comfortable shoes and avoiding tight clothing around your legs can help too. Drinking plenty of water and maintaining a healthy weight are also important. Compression stockings, which your doctor can recommend, gently squeeze your legs to help blood flow back to the heart. Many people find they make a huge difference in reducing swelling and itching. Remember, itchy legs might seem like a small thing, but they can be your body's way of asking for attention. Listening to these signals and acting early can help prevent more serious problems down the road. You deserve to feel comfortable and confident in your own skin. If your lower legs are itchy and swollen or uncomfortable, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Together, you can find ways to improve your circulation and ease that itch. Taking small steps today can lead to a healthier tomorrow and a more comfortable, vibrant life. I want to talk about something very important: itching that comes along with a rash or changes in your skin. While many rashes are harmless and go away on their own, sometimes itchy spots or moles that look different could be a sign of skin cancer, especially as we get older. Our skin is our largest organ and shows many things about our health. It also gets more fragile and sensitive as we age. Sun exposure over the years can cause changes in our skin that may develop into cancer. Skin cancers like basal cell carcinoma and melanoma sometimes begin as itchy, unusual patches, bumps, or moles. Let me tell you about Tom, a 69-year-old man who loved working outdoors and playing golf. One day, he noticed an itchy spot on his shoulder that wouldn't go away. It looked a little red and scaly, and sometimes it bled a tiny bit. Tom thought it was just a stubborn rash or sunburn, but after a few weeks, it still bothered him. His daughter encouraged him to see a dermatologist, who examined the spot carefully and decided to do a biopsy. It turned out Tom had an early-stage basal cell carcinoma. Thankfully, because it was caught early, the doctor was able to remove it with a simple procedure, and Tom's skin healed well. This story shows why it's so important to pay attention to itchy spots that don't heal or look different from the rest of your skin. Here are some signs to watch for when it comes to moles or patches on your skin. For asymmetry, one half of the mole doesn't look like the other half. For border, irregular, scalloped, or poorly defined edges. C for color, different shades of brown, black, or even red, white, or blue. For diameter, larger than about the size of a pencil eraser, though melanomas can be smaller. E for evolving, any change in size, shape, color, or new symptoms like itching or bleeding. If you notice any of these signs, or if an itchy spot develops a rash, changes color, or bleeds, it's time to get it checked by a healthcare professional. What can you do to protect yourself? Regular skin checks are very helpful. You can look at your skin in the mirror or ask a family member to help you check hard-to-see places, like your back or scalp. Protecting your skin from sun exposure is key. Wear hats, long sleeves, and use sunscreen every day, even when it's cloudy. If you find an unusual itchy patch or mole, don't ignore it or hope it will go away. Catching skin cancer early makes a huge difference. Treatment is usually simpler and more successful. Remember, your skin deserves gentle care and attention. Itching can sometimes be your skin's way of signaling that something needs a closer look. You're never alone in this. Talk with your doctor or a dermatologist if you have concerns. It's always better to be safe and get peace of mind. Taking a little time to care for your skin now can help you enjoy many more healthy, comfortable years ahead. Our feet carry us through life, and their health reflects much about what's going on inside our bodies. One common cause of itchy feet is peripheral neuropathy, which is nerve damage often related to diabetes, poor circulation, or even certain medications. This nerve damage can cause sensations like itching, tingling, or burning, even if your skin looks normal. Let me share a story about Betty, a 72-year-old woman who loved walking her dog every morning. Betty began to notice her feet itching, especially at night, but she didn't see any rash or irritation. She thought it was just dry skin and tried moisturizing, but the itching kept coming back. Over time, she also felt a tingling sensation and numbness in her toes. Betty's doctor ordered some tests and found she had mild diabetic neuropathy, a condition that happens when high blood sugar damages nerves. Once she started managing her blood sugar better and took some prescribed medications to help with nerve pain, her symptoms improved and the itching became much less. Another reason itchy feet happen is poor circulation. When blood flow to your feet is reduced, the skin can become dry, itchy, and fragile. This is common if you have conditions like peripheral artery disease or heart problems that affect circulation. Cold feet, swelling, or color changes along with itching might be signs to watch for. So what can you do if your feet are itchy? First, keep your feet clean and moisturized with gentle, fragrance-free creams. Avoid very hot water when washing your feet, as it can dry out the skin further. Wearing comfortable, breathable shoes and socks made of natural fibers helps too. If the itching is persistent or comes with numbness, tingling, or pain, it's important to see your healthcare provider. They can check for underlying conditions like diabetes or circulation problems and help create a plan to manage symptoms. Simple lifestyle changes can make a big difference. Regular exercise improves circulation, managing blood sugar protects nerves, and quitting smoking, if you smoke, can greatly improve blood flow. Remember, itchy feet aren't just annoying. They're a message from your body. Listening to that message and seeking care can prevent more serious complications down the road. You deserve to feel comfortable from head to toe, and taking care of your feet is a wonderful way to support your overall health. If your feet have been itching for a while and nothing seems to help, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Early attention and small changes can lead to big improvements. Your body is always communicating with you, and by tuning in, you're giving yourself the gift of health and well-being. Let's talk about an itch that sometimes surprises us, an itchy chest. It might seem harmless at first, just a little irritation under your shirt. But if the itching sticks around or comes with other symptoms, it could be a clue your body is giving you about something more. One common cause of itching on the chest is thyroid problems, especially hypothyroidism, which means your thyroid gland isn't producing enough hormones. The thyroid plays a big role in regulating your metabolism and many bodily functions. including how your skin feels and looks. When thyroid levels are low, your skin can become dry, sensitive, and yes, itchy. There's also the possibility that an itchy chest could be a reaction to allergens or irritants. Things like new laundry detergent, certain fabrics, lotions, or even something in your environment could cause skin irritation or allergic dermatitis, leading to itchiness. Sometimes stress or anxiety can make this worse, creating a cycle of itching and discomfort. Let me share a story about Lucy, a 70-year-old woman who loved knitting and reading by the fireplace. She began noticing a persistent itch across her chest that wouldn't go away, even though she moisturized regularly. She didn't see a rash, just dry, irritated skin that made her uncomfortable. When Lucy saw her doctor, blood tests revealed her thyroid hormone levels were low. With treatment and a bit of patience, Lucy's thyroid levels improved, and so did her skin and itching. At the same time, her doctor suggested switching to fragrance-free detergent and softer fabrics, which helped reduce irritation. If you notice your chest itching along with fatigue, feeling cold more than usual, hair thinning, or weight changes, it might be a good idea to have your thyroid checked. On the other hand, if you recently changed soaps, detergents, or skincare products, try switching back or using hypoallergenic options to see if that helps. Another helpful tip is to keep your skin well moisturized with gentle creams that don't contain perfumes or dyes. Avoid hot showers, which can dry out your skin more, and pat your skin dry instead of rubbing it with a towel. Remember, itchy skin is your body's way of trying to get your attention. It's a gentle signal that something might need care or a closer look. Whether it's an internal issue like thyroid imbalance or an external one like an allergy, addressing it can bring relief and peace of mind. You deserve to feel calm, comfortable, and confident in your own skin. If you're dealing with persistent itching on your chest, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. Together, you can find out what's causing the itch and how to soothe it. Small steps like monitoring your skin and noticing other symptoms can lead to big improvements in your comfort and well-being. Your health journey is important, and every little bit of care you give yourself makes a difference. Dear friend, now we're going to talk about a spot that's especially sensitive, the skin around your eyes. If you've ever experienced an itchy feeling here, you know how uncomfortable it can be. The skin around our eyes is thin and delicate, and itching in this area can sometimes point to allergies, skin conditions, or even more serious health concerns. Many things can cause itchy eyes or the skin around them. Allergies are a very common reason, maybe from pollen, dust, pet dander, or even certain cosmetics and creams. When allergens come into contact with the skin, they can cause redness, swelling, and itching. This type of itch often comes with watery eyes or sneezing. There's also a condition called blepharitis, which is inflammation of the eyelids. It can cause itchiness, redness, and crustiness at the lash line. This can happen more often as we get older and might be related to other skin conditions like rosacea or dry skin. Sometimes persistent itching around the eyes can signal a more serious problem like eczema or psoriasis, which need careful treatment to avoid irritation or infection. In rare cases, itching combined with other symptoms like swelling, pain, or vision changes should be checked by a doctor right away. Let me share the story of Linda, a 68-year-old woman who noticed her eyes were itching and watering more than usual, especially in the springtime. She thought it was just allergies and tried over-the-counter drops, but the itch stayed with her, and her eyelids became red and flaky. When Linda visited her doctor, she was diagnosed with blepharitis. With a gentle cleaning routine recommended by her doctor, some medicated ointment, and avoiding known allergens, Linda's symptoms improved, and she felt more comfortable every day. So what can you do if you have itchy skin around your eyes? First, avoid rubbing or scratching the area, as this can make irritation worse or even cause infection. Use gentle, fragrance-free products on your face, and try to identify and avoid things that trigger your symptoms. Keeping your eyelids clean is important. Some people find using a warm, damp cloth to gently wipe the eyelids each day can help. If you suspect allergies, try to reduce exposure by keeping windows closed during high pollen seasons, using air filters, and washing pillowcases frequently. If the itchiness is severe, persistent, or comes with other troubling symptoms, don't hesitate to see your healthcare provider or an eye specialist. They can recommend treatments that protect your delicate skin and eyes. Remember, itchy skin around the eyes is your body's way of asking for care and attention. Listening to these signals can help you find relief and protect your vision and comfort. You deserve to feel peaceful and pain-free, and by taking small steps today, you're investing in your well-being for tomorrow. Thank you for joining me through these important topics. Your body is amazing, and by tuning in to what it's telling you, you're empowering yourself to live healthier and happier in every season of life.